Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves for the one and only World Improv Network comedy show on Mile High Sports Radio. Take part in the show by giving your suggestions or questions to the cast for each show segment throughout the week, or live during the show by hitting them up on Facebook at World Improv Network, on Twitter at World Improv Net, or by calling in to Mile High Sports Radio studio line. Now, enjoy the show. It's local. It's global. You're listening to Win World Local News.
Win World Local News on Mile High Sports Radio. I'm Potter Smith. Breaking news into the Win World Local News sports desk from Win Sports Revolter, Witz Walter. That's Fritz Walter, who's at the 2016 World Youth Tactical Dancing Championships in Zurich, Switzerland. How's the competition, Fritz?
It's great. Oh my goodness, it's so fantastic here. The children are flapping the arms to the chicken dance. And oh my goodness, the American here, he is winning the competition. Oh, it's great. It's fantastic. His name is Charles from Boise, Idaho. He is smacking his lips so hard. He's waving his ring so hard. He dislocated his shoulder blades, but that is why he's able to, well, be like a bald eagle, flapping and flying over the Great Alps, dominating the world just like all the Americans do. Oh, it's great. Oh, it's fantastic. Oh my goodness. I love him so much. But one more time, really quick, I want to say, hello, Charles, you're doing so great. That's the Chicken Dance Championship. Oh, yes, Potter. And you know what? Go get some schnitzel back to you. Oh, yes, it's great. Oh, my God.
Oh my God, Fritz. That sounds like a hell of a competition. Maybe if I ever have children, I'll enter them. Well, on to our next breaking story, which is brought to us by Win contributor Tony from Newport Beach, California. On this eve of the 2016 U.S. presidential elections, Americans are feeling the burn about having only two choices available for shaping their future over the next 4 years. Will Americans either vote to separate the United States from the continent of North America and become a giant hippie commune? Or will the citizens of the former 50 states decide to start a new nation under the divine presidential leadership of Kanye Westicles and Taylor Swiftie? For the most accurate election update of this minute, let's go live to Win senior anchorman Ron Burgundy, who's at Win election headquarters in San Diego, California, with Kanye and Taylor. Mr. Burgundy?
Ron Burgundy here from San Diego, California. I have to tell you, we've got updates on the election, and we are in the middle of a hippie commune regurgitation! What we've got going on here is we've got massive people wanting to revolt against the election this year. Throw out those old candidates, bring in the new ones, and right here in front of me, yes, with Ron Burgundy is Kanye Westicles. Kanye, what are we going to do with this United States of America?
I used to love Kanye. I used to hate Kanye. I want to be Kanye, but I'm not Kanye until Election Day, when I'm Kanye, the President Kanye of the United States of Kanye. Vote for me on Tuesday, Kanye. Yeah, Kanye.
Thank you, Kanye! Oh my gosh, we are going to start anew. We're separating the north part of the United States from the south part of the lower United States. We are going to create a new states minus the United, separated but united by the hippie commune under the new name of Flower Peace.
Mr. Burgundy, I just want to say on behalf of my running mate, President Kanye Westicles, I think that he will be a fantastic president, maybe the greatest ever, because he has an amazing ability to love everybody but himself, and to disrespect everybody, including himself. And that will make him the greatest president of all time. So on Tuesday, vote Westicles and Swiftie for president.
Ron Burgundy wants to vote for Westy and Westicles and Flower Children. I have to tell you, I'm overwhelmed because there's too many people to vote for on the write-in, and I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to have a spritzer and back to you on the station.
Good job, Ron Burgundy, on that excellent election coverage and way to get us up to date. On to our next top story, which is brought to us by Win contributor Fiona of Milan, Italy. Once relevant celebrity model, fashion designer, reality TV, and sex tape star, Paris Hilton thoughtfully tweeted, "Never let anyone treat you like a yellow starburst. You are a pink starburst." What does the 35-year-old socialite mean by this deeply profound statement? Well, to decipher the mind of a genius, let's go live to Win celebrity psychologist Dr. Rue, who's at the Beverly Hilton in Beverly Hills, California, with all the brilliant insight. Dr. Rue? Yes, I am here at the Beverly Hilton, and right in front of me, I have the most sought-after expert in Paris Hilton's life, and that is Paris Hilton's former dog trainer for Twinkerbell, Dr. Twinkerbell-Lichki. Hello, Dr. Twinkerbell-Lichki. Tell us the inside of what Paris meant by never let anyone treat you like a yellow starburst. You are a pink starburst. Doctor.
Yes, what Paris meant by "you're a pink starburst" is that she is actually harboring hatred towards her mother and her first animal, which was a gerbil named Sven. Now, these tied together have created a misfiring of synapses in her brain to create the illusion of a pink starburst forming over her frontal lobe. Paris has now discovered this. She is in tune with it. We've got her medicated on an antidepressant, and she should be just fine to take her starburst back to the factory and cash it in on a new life.
That's exactly what I thought too when I read this, because that is my job, to get the insight. Doctor, that is amazing. Is there anything that can be done perhaps to save Paris from this weird delusional frontal lobe starburst syndrome that she is currently experiencing?
What I'd like to urge all people in Paris's life is to give her love. Draw a little heart around your chest where your heart is, flash her the heart symbol, and say, "Love you, Paris," silently in your brain, because we don't want her to know this is subliminal programming to heal her. She also will have a veil placed upon her head by her best friend in the form of a napkin from her favorite restaurant, Taco Timmy's.
Wow, that is absolutely amazing, and I hope people out there, when they run across Paris to do these things, we need to save her and help her. Back to you, Potter. Excellent reporting in there. Right, that's fantastic, Dr. Rue. Well, now for a look at the global weather. Let's check in with Yucca Hurricane, who's in Washington, D.C., draining the swamp. How's the weather, and why are you draining the swamp in D.C., Yucca?
Okay, I've been Washington for 3 days now, and I am draining the swamp. I collect fish, especially goldfish, and I threw them in the swamp. I wanted them to reproduce, so I would have more goldfish for the 3 that died. Timmy, Larry, and Sandy died, and I want to then bring back the fish that are created in the swamp to my place back home, where I have a 34-gallon aquarium with salt water that takes goldfish, and then I'm going to recreate life through that, and so the weather in the water will be wet, very wet, and less than swampy, but salty. Also, I'm gonna start my fish creating a saltwater taffy factory underwater, so they can keep their jobs and keep their lives and not be influenced by bad weather because of the swamp. I tell you, Washington is so wonderful. I got me postcards, and I'm sending all my friends, and I tell you, the price of postcards these days is just beyond liposuction. It is so hideous, I cannot tell you how much. I am going to go smoke a cigarette, Potter, and I'm going to pick up my goldfish, put them in a plastic bag, zip it shut, and put them in the freezer to preserve them. Back to you.
Wow. Thank you, Yucca, for that excellent reporting on the weather. And thank you all for tuning in to Win World Local News on Mile High Sports Radio. I'm Potter Smits. Stay tuned for Community Court next on the World Improv Network.
Give the Wincast your suggestions via Facebook, Twitter, or by calling into the Mile High Sports Radio studio line during the break for a case that needs to be tackled during Community Court. Next on Mile High Sports Radio.